These are the functions of operating system, and generally every operating system will have this all functions and it will be used there. So now when we, so as I discussed, as I just mentioned, because we do not have in the syllabus that you are going to learn, but generally if you look at here, any operating system, memory management is mandatory, because when you are going to install, there are so many processes will be running. So this every process, the memory should be managed for that, how the memory is going to be allocated, right, how memory is going to be utilized, it is very important. So that is why memory management is important. When you talk about the process management, why process management required? Because you may run multiple process on your machine. One side you are typing in the Word document, and in another side you use any media player and listening music, right. So multiple process happening. So process, it does not only this one, there are other processes also will be running on any operating system. So for that also process management is mandatory. Then device management, might be you would have seen that. So you have multiple devices. What are the multiple devices? You have connected hard drive, you have connected your USB. This all are the device management. So if you do not know, you go to the your PC, Windows PC, right click and just click on properties, and you will see, click on manage, then you will see there is an option called or there will be device management, you can see that. So that for that purpose device management is required. File management, yes, you required, because we have different types of files, you require to manage that also. Security, obviously you required security, because no other unknown access should not happen. How you are going to secure your operating system? There are different layers of security are there. You can use, when people say that we have to install antivirus, but before that also every operating system will have the basic security, right. Then control over system performance, right. You have to keep controlling the how the system performance will be there, which application is consuming more RAM, which is not used. So you have to keep control on that, right. Then job accounting. So whatever the process happen, right, that is called as task, nothing is called as job, right. How job scheduling is happening when you execute that, right. For that purpose is required. If any error is there, it has to be detected, right. And then how your operating system is going to coordinate or communicate with other software which you have installed on your operating system and with the different users, right. So these all features by default, most of every operating system will be there. So now when we move on the next, there we have the difference between Unix and Windows operating system. So most of the user will be using only Windows operating system, because GUI, you will be able to see the look and feel, right. You can see and you can control whatever you want, you can click, right, and it will work. But where Unix operating system, it's totally command based, where you don't have the GUI, you have to everything run with help of command only. So here is a few difference. So when we talk about Unix, so Unix, as I said, command. So this is the first, that is the difference. If you see that, it is a command line interface. So it is only you have the command prompt type. We will see that also in coming classes, right. So you have to type only command, you cannot see any GUI. We have the GUI only, but personal use you can use it, but bigger level, business level, people will not use GUI for the Linux or Unix operating system. Okay. So even Unix operating system is multi-user, multitasking, right, multi-user and multitasking operating system. It is open source. What do you mean by open source? Open source are those software you can download. Obviously it is available freely download for any users, anyone can download. You can modify and you can rebuild. Once you rebuild, you want to make license for yours, that also you can do that. So that is the open source. So it is totally freely available, you to customize how you want. That is the open source. Then it is more stable, because you might be will be seeing that Windows always updates are coming, right. but Unix they have the version, different version will be there. Even update security patches will be there. Now, so you have even listing files here. It is going to happen. It is case sensitive. It's not like all will be same small letter or capital letter. There is a difference here. Okay. Then file, we will be having file extension, right. So, we have the different types of file extension we have here to identify the different types of files. So, that is called as file extension. Device driver, as I said, right, it is way to manage the drivers whatever you are going to install on your machine. Next, no file recovery will be there, more processing power, okay. Then it is more secured because it is all accessible through the kernel, because kernel is the one of the core part of Unix operating system that we will see in the architecture. Then file system organization, that means how the file system architecture will be there. First root directory will be there, then inside that user, bin, right, and the different files will be there for Unix operating system. When compared to Unix, when we talk about Windows operating system, then Windows operating system, it is menu based. That is what is a graphical interface. You can see the menu, file, go to the file, open, right, click on my computer, go inside, right. So, that is nothing, it is a menu, clickable, right. So, that is what this Windows OS is, menu based user interface, graphical interface will be available, GUI. Then even this one also is multi-user multitasking operating system, but it is not an open source. This is licensed version by whom? Windows operating system licensed version by whom? By Microsoft, right. So, Microsoft provide the license, right. So, you need a license key for that, and now most of the laptop, earlier what happened before 4 or 5 years, if you look at, people used to just download from Microsoft and use the trial edition, but now what happened, all the laptop Microsoft and Microsoft Office, it is coming inbuilt in the laptop. That means license is given to the particular device. Okay. It is very less stable because always update will be keep coming. So, sometimes what will happen, once you update, might be you will find that your Wi-Fi driver is not working. So, again you have to reinstall, right. So, that is what less stable. Then this is also case sensitive. File extension. So, there no much file, it is not going to affect that much the file extension, but Unix it matters a lot. So, device driver, obviously if you want to install any device driver, you have the software, download the exe, next finish, device driver will be installed, but there you have to type the command to install, right. Then files can be recovered here. So, it consumes less processing power. It is also less secured compared to Unix operating system, because you have direct access for the attacks. That okay. So, have you heard the recent, not recent, it is almost a very long time ago, ransomware attack? Did you heard about ransomware? Not handsomeware. No? So, that was one of the attack and it affected many Windows operating